Hello guys, welcome back to the channel and thank you for tuning in. So kicking things off straight away in this video, I am back in Keswick again, back over here doing a little bit more work, and thought I'd just extend my stay here and endeavour in some landscape photography. So at the moment the sun has just set here on my first day and I'm walking around Derwentwater Lake. The reason I keep glancing off is because I'm trying to look for some compositions. I'm trying to look for some foreground interest for a shot across the lake. And like I say, at the moment it's sunset. The sun has actually gone down now, and well, it's not gone down, it's just dipped behind some hills over at the other side of the lake. So what I'm hoping for is a bit of colour in the sky as the sun gets lower and lower. It's a really nice day today. It's been absolutely lovely all day, and there's a few nice little wispy clouds in the sky. So I'm hoping once the sun gets low enough, they'll get lit up and it'll look really nice. So I'm going to continue on, see if I can find that composition, and I'll be back with you shortly. Okay then guys, so I'm pretty sure we've got a composition here, but the light isn't really happening too much. It's a very nice scene, just looking out across the lake towards Cat Bells and just where the sun has set, and yeah, it's looking like a really nice composition. I really like it. You've got this huge branch that looks like it's fallen down from one of these trees here at some point, and that's kind of leading you into the frame towards the hills in the back, and then the sunset as well. There's a tiny bit of colour coming in now. I can see just a little bit of purple. I don't know if you guys will be able to make this out there. There's just a little bit coming in there, so I'm just sort of periodically taking images. So every now and again I'm just kind of flipping the shutter. I've got a 2-second timer on. As you can see here, my camera's kind of very oh, the twig there. So yeah, I mean, it wouldn't say it's precariously positioned, but it's fully extended and kind of resting on a bit of a unstable log there that's in the lake. And what I'm using here is I am using my 24mm tilt shift. As you can see here, I've shifted quite far down on this one, and then I've also tilted around 1 degree. And I'll see if I can show you guys the effect of that in a moment. So basically I'm shooting settings wise f8. That's about the best all-around aperture for this lens, and that's where tilt really comes into play and allows you to get everything in focus even though you're f8, and it allows you to take advantage of the lens to its fullest. And there's a nice bit of red coming in just above. Oh, it's getting even stronger now. It literally just that second it just switched, and there's a nice bit of colour coming in now. So what I'm doing here is I'm actually exposing for the highlights in the image. I don't have any ND grads unfortunately, so I can't really use those to balance the composition, but I should be able to lift the shadows here fairly well, I think. But I mean, it still works pretty good as a silhouette regardless. And oh wow, it really is lighting up nicely now. Unfortunately, it's not a huge part of my frame where it is actually lighting up, but at least it is getting a little bit more intense in colour. I'll see if I can flip you around now and show you that. It's looking really nice. I'll just poke you into the viewfinder here, hopefully you can see this. I turn live view off. That's what we're looking at there. real nice. And it's really, really calm this evening as well. There's hardly any wind at all, so the lake is almost like a mirror, so it just looks fantastic, and it's just reflecting that nice bit of colour in there. Okay then, so I think we are about done here. The colour has peaked, and we did really get some really nice colour actually, and I think it's going to turn out like a pretty nice image, I think. Even though there isn't, you know, clouds covering all of the sky, filling out my entire frame, I don't think that's too much of an issue. I can crop the image. I think a 5x4 crop like I did with the last image at Saltwick Bay. I think that'll work pretty nice. So I'm going to give that a try when I get home on the computer. What I'm going to try and show you though before I leave here is I'm going to try and show you what I did to compose this image and how I use tilt. So I'm going to switch over here to the live view on the camera, and I'm going to have to obviously show you this in horizontal because obviously, you know, I can't show you the vertical composition on a horizontal video. So basically this is what I'm looking at through my camera when I first set it up. I always level the head out so that the scene is nice and straight and level, and basically the reason why I want to do that is because when you're using a tilt shift lens, you don't have to worry that you haven't got enough of your foreground in the shot, which I'll show you in a second. So basically I've got this composition set up, but I want more foreground. All I have to do on the lens is just twist the shift knob downwards, and basically I can just move the shot down like so, so that I've got a nice bit of more foreground in the image, and that looks great. So once I've got that set up, and just before I go on, actually I'm kind of going off in all directions here, so apologies. It's not the best tutorial but anyway, so the reason why I like to do this is because when you don't have the head of the tripod leveled out properly, the scene or elements within your scene can kind of lose their sort of power or impact in the scene. So things like mountains and hills, and you know, anything which has kind of a really kind of dominant look to it, I find that if you kind of just tilt the head forwards to get more foreground in, you actually kind of take away some of the power that element holds within the frame. So that's why a tilt shift lens is really good for, you know, correcting your perspective. So I can keep the head completely level and flat, but I can also get the right amount of foreground that I want just by shifting the lens down. And it works really great. As you can see here, got the foreground in, and we've still got the hills in, and I have not had to tilt the head of the tripod forward at all. And whoa! Okay, thought they were going to fly straight for me then. There were some ducks kind of messing around just down here. Okay, so I'm absolutely freezing now, so I'm going to head off back. Could do with getting some tea in me, and we will rejoin later. So stay tuned. The next segment of the video, we are going to be attempting some night sky photography of the Milky Way, and as you can see, the sky is almost completely clear at the moment. I'm hoping those clouds will move away, even though we're not going to be shooting in that direction. We're going to be shooting kind of in that direction, which you can't see at all. But we're going to be trying to shoot the Milky Way later on tonight, so I'll catch up with you sometime around then.